Hello guys, Nuvi6 here on how to use Genshin Impact calculator. The website is genshin.aspirine.su. This is the second time of me doing a guide of how to use this particular calculator. I made this video simply because the previous video cannot be used anymore, that kind of technique, because I tried to use the same technique in the previous video of having an empty substatus for each one of the artifact. We cannot use that anymore. So by using the new feature that they already implemented, made the whole thing much easier. First off, of course, pick any character that you want to calculate on. For me, I want to calculate on Nahida because she is still new. Get her to max level, all of her talent to level 6 at least, or perhaps just level 10, it's up to you. And also press this I button here to determine which of the damage output that you want to optimize. For Nahida, you want to optimize the Trikarma Purification damage, this one, because it deals quite a lot of damage. And not just that, it will trigger for at least 10 times during the duration of Seed of Skandha duration over here, which is 25 seconds, which that is quite a long time. Over here, I'm going to focus on the left hand side. The last video, I focused only on the right hand side. Over here is the damage output that Nahida able to dish out based on her current equipment, which is using Solar Pearl. Onto the weapon optimizer over here, I recommend picking which one of the damage that we want to optimize for the target character. For Nahida, we want to optimize her Trikarma Purification damage output. Pick that, and then go into the settings here. Used artifact, either use equip artifact that you already set onto the right hand side. Use from storage means that you insert any in-game artifact into over here by copy and paste using OCR and whatnot, or just use a generated artifact. In this video, I'm going to focus on using the generated artifact over here, and the most important part is actually the conditions here. I would highly encourage you to go with the least number over here for useful roles, because by default it is about 25 and 25 for useful role and max crit rolls. By doing that, it is just an average kind of substatus that it will generate for you, the best one. By going for the least amount of number over here will give you the worst case scenario of the substatus that you would get for that particular artifact for that target character you want to build. Press confirm and note that there's a new start button here. Just press that. I also forgot about this filter over here. You can exclude which weapon that you have or don't have, and as well as their refinement rank. I already built my Nahida going to focus on sacrificial fragments. Click apply, and as you can see from the optimizer, it states that using the wheat seed will give the best results, which is 1500%. Of course, that is because Solar Pearl is only level 1 over here, along with the artifact. So I do have wheat save, but wheat save buff is not for Nahida because Nahida is mainly a support character, because Trikarma Purification damage will still trigger even Nahida is not active to field. So I'll go for Sacrificial Fragment. Press this up arrow button, or you can also press Show Artifacts. This is what I meant by setting the condition to the most minimum value over here so that it will generate the worst case scenario of the substatus that you will get. For example, the feather over here will has mastery, defend, HP percent, and defend percent. Or the circlet is HP percent, defend, and HP. The worst case that we often get. So press the up button over here. It will be directly applied to the weapon to that target character as well as the artifacts. However, note that this artifact is still scattered around and don't have any set effect just yet. If you know what kind of set effect that you are looking for, you can just already set them over here for both of them. And going next is artifact set optimizer. Same goes for like previously, we are going to optimize for trikarma purification damage. I could go for like charged, and it will go for some other different set, but Naida's charge uses a lot of stamina, 50 stamina per charged attack. So let's just stay with trikarma purification damage, deep wood memory. Apply to build this one because it gives like 132.5% damage output, average damage output compared to the current artifact set that doesn't have any set bonus. So press this, apply to build. See? It changed to 100 means that you are currently using this set. This one is to generate perhaps the substatus as well. You can skip this part, but you could press this one, the scale over here, to add onto this area that I am going to talk later, which is to compare between each build. Same goes with the weapon optimizer here, is that you set with the minimum value for the conditions. And note that for the set bonus over here, it's already been picked for us from the previous step, which is the artifact set optimizer. So I'm going to use this. However, it's pretty much just the same, but we could just apply for that. It didn't change much as well. And next we go for this one, artifact main stat optimizer. Same goes for the damage output that we want to optimize. Trikarma purification damage. Over here you can see which main status is the best. Of course, all three of them is elemental mastery. At first, after I got Nahida before using this tool, is that I thought having a status of elemental mastery, dendro damage, and critical rate will be the best status for Nahida because it is an all-rounder damage output, but clearly not. It is only 85.8% damage output compared to all three of the artifact using elemental mastery. So over here, you can try to pick whichever you want, try to optimize your playstyle. For example, you want to have higher critical rate, you could do so over here. But for this guide alone, all three of the criteria for the optimizer here, I'm going for trikarma purification damage output. Next one is substat bonuses. This one is almost like a tier of substat, which one that you should go for. For example, elemental mastery will give like 102%. So try to focus on elemental mastery. Next is critical damage, and then critical rate, and so on. However, you can try to have like elemental mastery first, second, third, and also perhaps energy recharge by ignoring the attack percentage because attack percentage is ranked number 4, or you can just try to get elemental mastery as much as you could as the primary substatus, and the rest of them it's up to you. However, for me, I will try to go for this, of course, and both of this, and the fourth one should be energy recharge to have a burst always up, but then her burst is almost not really used a lot actually. Next one is actually comparison between each build. For example, I add this current one over here, and then if I were to use this one, uses Nahida sacrificial segment. What if I were to compare with exclusive weapon, which is 1,000 floating streams, and then I will add that Nahida exclusive weapon, confirm. So over here you can see that I actually forgot to reduce the refinement rank to only rank 1. I'm gonna add that again, and it's pretty much just the same. That is because Nahida is only the one in the party. You can try to set that somewhere over here. I will show you that later on. So the damage output between exclusive weapon and sacrificial fragment is not that much, about 7.4% difference on it. Let's try to set up a party because of these buffs here. This is the party setup. Let's have some other party setup. I used Raiden, Kokomi. Where is Kokomi and Raiden? And last one, let's just say Klee. No, not Klee. I actually use Xiangling. Where is it? Yeah. So so if I were to use the add button here, as you can see in the damage output, by using exclusive weapon, increased tri-karma purification damage by 24%, a whooping 24%. But usually I often just leave this empty. Why? Because I wanted to compare apples to apples comparison. I do not want to have any other character, for example, having Kazuha, where is, let's just say Sucrose, because Sucrose can give Mollis Favonius, which is increase the elemental mastery. That is going to throw off a little bit of your calculation damage output over here, and you are just going to add some extra variables that you cannot even control. So just leave the party setup empty over here. This one is food buff. You don't really need this because Spiral Abyss, you cannot even use this. Artifact suggestion, you could try over here, but this one is based on the artifact that you currently have in your inventory, which is over here. This one is from the previous video actually. And then on the left hand side over here is for you to save your character. I'll save over here, Nahida, which is uses this weapon. See the icon over here? Or I can just change this to sacrificial fragment here and then override save character. See, done. Or you can try import from showcase. There is a guide of how to use this. Just press this, powered by NK network. So this one will try to get the data that you put your character for showcase that you want people to see on. For example, you can try to check over here an example. Okay. For example, this particular person, cattle AR59, this person already put this particular character as their showcase for people to see on, like Zhongli as the Vortex Vanquisher, and yeah, you can check everything over here and automatically import to the genshin.aspirine.su website over here. So also my character over here, you can import and export, I think, or perhaps if you cannot even export them, you can just simply back them up from here. I do not know what is good format over here. You can export here and then import. Okay, I do not know what is good format. I tried to search for it, but it's just a very generic name, good format. I kind of wish that they also state what is good format and the reference for it and backup and everything. So I do hope that this guide proved to be useful for you guys over here, that this calculator helped me a lot as well, trying to determine which artifact is the best. For example, you already have the best substatus possible and you got some other substatus which is almost similar but higher on specific status, and another one is slightly lower compared to the other. You can try to use this calculator over here and try to compare against that particular character. This one is enemy that you're going to hit on. I suggest just leave this thing as it is because we want to have an apples to apples comparison. So leave the enemy alone. Buffs, put buffs. Please do not put anything over here because you're not going to use any of this, and they are just going to create a lot of extra variables that you cannot control in real life scenario anyway. And note that once again, similar to my previous video, that this is just a calculator. The way to use this calculator is not to have a perfect substatus. You only wanted to determine what is the best set or main status for that particular character. Let me show you on one particular character, some random one, I do not know. I wouldn't know which one would be the best for that particular character. Let's try Kino. Kino, I do not know what kind of artifact that suits him best, or what kind of playstyle that we are going to expect from Sino. Let's check on his skill real quick. Secret Rite or Wolf Swiftness. Wolf Swiftness is pretty much similar to Razor's Burst, so most likely it's gonna be his skill, either Mortuary or just the press button, which is elemental skill damage. Let's check once again. This one. Mortuary damage. I think we are going to focus on mortuary damage, which is this one. Assuming that we are going to round him, let's just cap at level 6, which is over here. Mortuary damage 219. So weapon optimizer, go for mortuary right damage. I didn't read about the mortuary damage unless when Sinnoh is under the Pax 1 path clearer state triggered by Sacred Rite Wolf's Swiftness, he will instead unleash a mortuary rite that deals thunderous AoE electro damage and extends the duration of Pax 1 path cleaver. So I think we are going to have this as our main damage output that we are going to optimize. So Let's start. Same go same goes for the use artifact, the conditions as well. Let's see. I do not know what kind of weapon that is good for him. Let's see. Let's have Lithic Spear. Or perhaps I can just try to use like the catch. I do have the catch. Let's have Black Cliff Fall. Alright. Or perhaps Dragon Bane. Yeah, let's go for Dragon Bane. And then you can have like multiple damage output being optimized for each one of them. Like for example, a weapon that is best for the output damage of mortuary right, and then a an artifact set for example elemental skill damage here. Use that, or perhaps uses normal hit, uses Bell Flame already. And then artifact generator, you can use like elemental skill damage and use this. Yeah, this one need to reset as well. I forgot. Artifact set. This one is elemental skill. Vermilion here after. And then artifact generator here, I will go for normal hit. Like that. And then artifact main status optimizer. Like I want to have mortuary damage output over like that. But then the set effect is all across the board. So I'll try to reapply that one. This one you need to, if this one is not set, you have to lock them down along with the one that you already pick over here. And then substatus bonus, which one is the best for that particular one? Critical rate, attack. The one that contributes the most for that particular damage that we are aiming for. See, even the elemental skill damage, critical rate, normal hit, critical rate as well. Although it's not much with the attack percentage, but it's there. It's there. And then add with some other comparisons. Save over here. So I do hope that this video proves to be useful for you guys. However, this is just a calculator. I do not know if the main status along with the set of the artifacts shown or suggested through this calculator reflects to the guide shown on some other website. Let's just check on Genshin.gg. I am on Genshin.gg and let's check for Sinnoh. What kind of artifact and its main status. So, Thundering Fury, Elemental Mastery, Electro Damage, and Critical Damage. So, almost pretty much wrong completely. However, you get the idea of what kind of damage output that you want to focus on each particular character. I do not have Sinnoh, so I do not know what kind of damage output that people often try to focus. So yeah, I do hope that this guide proved to be useful for you guys. I like this calculator. You don't have to register for anything in order to use this, and you can compare pretty much almost everything that you have over here up until the food buff and party setup as well. So please share this video to your friend, your social media if you find this video helpful, and check my Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube as well, NOOVIE number 6. And yeah, Luffy 6 signing out. Have a good day up ahead. Peace. Bye.